And it's actually rolling.
Okay, so this is group 31, right?
11.
Group 11. I'm Andreas Vilas,
Robin Anderson.
and
The
this
others
is,
aren't here.
yeah, again, well, anyways. So, this is our discussion video
Academic progress, apparently.
for Module 6. Okay, so first question is, discuss with your group members some of your initial impressions of academics at the U of A.
You didn't come from a prep school, you talk.
Initial impressions, it's kind of, it's not something I had experienced or had a lot of experience with before, but it's also not necessarily surprising because it's like the same as everyone said it would be. Like, oh, this is how college is gonna be. Somebody said, and it's like, yeah, yes, it is for the most part, academics wise. Um, I definitely thought I would be in like way more lecture halls of like 300 people, whatever, and I am in like two of my classes, but my other classes are actually still in relatively small classes, which is nice, you know. And I feel like those are usually the ones that are more rigorous. So,
I know my classical mythology and English courses are very much like things I've already done, and I'm not surprised by them at all.
yeah.
The only thing that took me off guard was Japanese 101 because on day one we were told it would be immersive. And it actually hasn't been that bad. They've been pretty generous.
That's good.
So.
Have you had a test yet?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, had a couple. Um, for the most part, they're pretty similar to normal exams I do, except for in some cases they have like if it's a big exam, they hold them like lecture halls and all of the kids in particular class, whatever, at certain times and all that.
Actually, no. Classical mythology's quizzes are like that because we're all just in there in the auditorium.
Yeah, so.
That much is true.
But even then, it's still taking the test is still the same. It's just the setting is different, you know.
Yeah.
It's like any other test, like fill in the answers, either free answer, multiple choice, whatever. Yeah, it hasn't been that bad. It's most like most other tests from high school, like study, do well on the test, don't study, you don't do well on the test.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it works, and it doesn't feel much different.
Have we turned in an essay yet? How's that gone for us?
I've had 2.
Yeah, I've turned in a couple essays now. A handful, not a lot, but most of them are they kind of vary. Some of them are just like more like short, free response writing assignments or whatever.
Lucky.
Others were longer. I don't know. It's not like It's not. Yeah, I guess it's a little bit of a nice surprise because most people are like, oh, all your essays in college are going to be like 7+ pages and with everything. And it's like not all of them, you know.
I've done a confusing 2-page paper that we're going to do revisions on, and I've done another personal narrative which was 5 pages. Personal narratives are apparently okay to everyone but me. I already had to get an extension this year. I did not want to do that.
Hey, that sucks.
Yeah.
At least you got it. Have you received a grade we were not happy with, and what went wrong?
I had to turn in a Japanese assignment late. I mixed up the day of an assignment and the day of a quiz in my planner. And so I was hyper prepared for the quiz, but I didn't have the homework done. And I had to get half credit on it.
Well, yeah, I didn't do super well on a chemistry test. Like, I didn't do terrible, but I didn't do like great, even though I felt really good taking the test. But then looking back on it, it's like, well, it's a chemistry test, and like a lot of like tests like that with chemistry, physics, and whatever, like so many people fail, whatever. They just curve it so hard so that like, because I got like a 78, but like a 78 ends up being like way higher because of the curve, whatever. So I'm like, that's fine. I can definitely deal with that. But yes, I just ended up not looking at the details of every question to full extent, but other than that, I understood most of it. So that's like, I guess that's went wrong. Have you ever received a grade you were excited about? What went right?
Well, we had our first classical mythology quiz, and I came in like, oh, right, art, the art stuff. I'm literally the only person I know that did not take AP art history. I'm probably shot. Am I shot? I'm probably shot. What ended up being the stupid part was that I actually forgot to read the Pyramus and Thisbe myth, and so I missed the question on that. Like, I didn't even know how to fill in the blank, and somehow I still got a 93. So, I mean, I'll take it.
Yeah. I turned in an English essay. It was like a narrative essay that I thought it was good, but I didn't think it'd be like spectacular. I was like, I'll get a B or high C or something, whatever, you know. But I ended up getting like a 96 or something. So I was like, I'll take it. Fine, I'm fine by me. Like that's all good. Yeah, I don't know. I just ended up going well because I think I put like a lot of just generally just put a lot of effort into it. Like I started off kind of being iffy about the assignment, but as I went through, I kind of started like enjoying telling the story. So that kind of worked out for me, and I guess it showed, you know, how the grade. So that was good. What has surprised you about academics since you have been at the U of A? What do you feel high school has not prepared you for in terms of academic success?
Computers.
Yeah, that's true.
I come from TUSD, I come from UHS. Computers, what computers? We can afford fancy computer chairs, but we can't afford fancy computer models.
Yeah.
I don't know how to use a machine. I'm still learning this thing. I'm still hitting the power button on the side. Yeah. Apparently, it's okay in my English class, even encouraged to have your laptop out so you can have D2L up. And I'm like, since when has that ever been okay?
For sure, that's like it's not something expected. Like I got a laptop because they're like, you're gonna need it, so I was like, I got it, but I did not know I was gonna need it nearly as much.
Oh yeah.
It's like it's literally just the center of all of my work.
Pretty much.
And which isn't terrible for me because like I know how to use computers, but it's still surprising. I was like, dang, I could just have this open in any class ever, all the time. Wow, that's a lot of trust to put in me, you know. So yeah, so I guess that's pretty surprising. Since what I feel that high school hasn't prepared me for, I guess my personal high school is just the amount of I guess self study, you know, having just do everything.
Yeah, knowing classwork.
Yeah, just doing things, anything in general by yourself, you know. Just not prepared for that. I mean, I knew it was coming, but honestly, I wasn't prepared for it by high school, so yeah.
My high school assigned so much that in class you did as much in class and you did more at home. This is normal. In fact, this is a relief by comparison.
That's good.
And I'm just gonna say computers.
Yeah.
Because USD is freaking ghetto.
Yeah. What is your favorite class right now and why? I would say probably actually my English or my math class, which is surprising. But mainly because I feel like I like both of my teachers in those classes the most. And like English class is generally pretty relaxed. We just read poetry, read whatever, talk about it, discuss it, and then maybe we'll have an assignment here or there, you know. But even those, she's pretty lenient about it. She's also just like really passionate about whatever she's teaching. It's like makes it more fun. So, and then math also, she's just a super very good, very clear teacher that like fully explains everything. Very very specific with like certain details to make sure nobody gets confused. You know? So yeah.
I think Japanese 101 is my favorite class right now. And Teen Sensei and Iskawa Sensei have senses of humor.
Yeah.
They're able to take student error pretty well. And the number of anime and manga jokes that Sensei has made.
That's funny.
So yeah, no, she's like, I know half of you are here because of this. That's okay.
Yeah.
And they're just generally tolerant. Then on my own agenda, I've always liked the language, so
Yeah.
I inherently enjoy being here. The only hard part is this one student who can't pronounce Japanese for his life.
That's funny.
It hurts my soul.
I guess it doesn't bounce against you.
And he's a very active participant.
You'll learn at some point, hopefully. Hopefully you'll get that. What is your least favorite class right now? Why? How can you change your outlook on this course?
Okay, I'm gonna be blunt. This course is not fun right now. This is not a good time right now. The Wednesday deadlines throw off my sense of time. The fact that there's such a heavy emphasis on group work is not doing us any favors, as evidenced by the fact that there's only 2 of us here. And the weeks where we're not doing Breakfast Club have a whole bunch of little assignments I have to not forget about. Or,
oh yeah.
in addition, I mean, some of them ask me to make videos, and it's I'm cringing internally just being on camera right now.
Those are multiple times where like I forgot the things we're doing. I was like, wait, there's no Breakfast Club this week, and I'm like, but there's other stuff this week.
Like paranoid checking Discord for updates and going, not this week.
Yeah.
And then when you are supposed to check, it's like, why is everyone dead?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just for me. It's just been like a lot of like. Yeah, it's this course too. Honestly, for me, it's one of the main reasons like because there's like 2 personal assignments every week, at least usually, and then sometimes like 3 or like an individual or
Like,
group
this is a
assignments
light
or
week.
whatever.
This is a light week.
And so it's like a lot of times I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna go get this work done for this other class, for like chemistry or whatever, and then I sit down and I'm like, wait, that's due Friday, but this is due Wednesday. I have to do this, so now this is kind of like taking time away from like my other classes when like I was hoping it would help me in some cases.
Yeah,
but
honestly, this is my worst grade right now because not everyone can get their act together, and it's making me hurt.
Yeah, it's rough.
I'll change my outlook on the course when people start showing up. And I'm trying to make them show up. You've seen me. I got Snipping Tool out. I got Discord. I'm doing things.
Yeah. If I could change my outlook, I would just be. I guess there. Oh, I just lost the paper. To change my outlook, I'd probably just try and focus on the things that.
And you can control.
That I can't control or that like I have learned. It's like, well, at least I can say I know for a fact that like I can go here or this is where this place is or
Amen.
So I guess it does make me aware of certain things that went before. Even like things like deadlines or whatever for the university in general, which is nice.
Yeah.
Because those are things that kind of complicated. Alright, so you want to stop the video here?
It's got a part 2.
What, but you want to stop it here and then come with 3 strategies? Or just continue?
I don't know. You're asking me for an on-the-spot answer and I'm blanking.
We'll just continue. So after your initial discussion, identify 3 strategies you currently use to be academically successful. What are the 3 strategies you use? How have you found the strategy helpful? How do you demonstrate success with each strategy? How can you improve? I got one. I don't know if you do or not.
Keep a planner?
Yeah, that'd be a good one. So like, oh wait, we need 3. Okay. Yeah, I got three.
You got three?
Yeah.
You go.
Okay. So the first one is spacing, not spacing, like dedicating certain hours for certain portions of like an assignment. Like we're like if I have to do let's say like 3-page essay or whatever, like okay, I'm gonna do this first page from 4 to 6, on Tuesday. Like that's where I'm gonna work on it. It's just that's what I'm gonna do. And so it helps me like I guess instead of just like sitting down and be like I'm gonna do work and whatever, it's more like I'm gonna do this specific assignment, which helps me get all of them done in total. And it's also like it makes each individual assignment a bit easier because it's like sort of chunky instead of having to do it like all at once. Um, Another one is studying with a group. Um, I find like if I study with my friends, most of the time I'm more willing to study with my friends. One because I made like I made like commitments to other people now, so it's like I have to. Otherwise, usually like a jerk, and also it makes it like more enjoyable, which also makes me more willing to do it. And of course, studying is a good thing. So the more you do it, whatever you can do, make yourself do it more. It's all a big plus. And the last one is what was it? I just forgot it right now.
I mean, I can talk. Like I said, I'm trying to keep a planner, so I at least have some idea when things are happening. And it's mostly because I can't do what you do without saying this hour on this day.
Yeah.
I have crippling temporal anxiety, and if I say I'm going to do something within a given time period, I psych myself out. I've been trying to fix this for years to no avail. So it's more like I'll do this today,
Yeah.
and if I lose time trying to get it started, there's not much I can do about it as long as it gets done.
Mhm.
But as long as I choose a day, that's something.
Yeah.
And I tried the study group thing too. It actually kind of backfired.
Oh.
I don't actually have classes with friends.
Oh, that's rough.
They're all engineering majors.
Wow.
So I'm kind of alone.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, no, there's the law major, but
The one
yeah.
guy.
I know some people who are law majors and everyone else is an engineering major, and we've got like one guy in library science. Either way, I have no classes with anybody. And the one person who tried to do a study group with me, I don't know why he needed to hyper-calculate my schedule. And I don't know why he came to the group prepared with props and everything, and he tried to teach me when we were supposed to be helping each other. He was being more of a tutor, and I don't understand.
That's fun.
I'm not opposed to the concept of a study group, but so far I cannot seem to make it work.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I can't find the right people. That's fun.
Yeah, it's just something that you do and you don't know why you do it. I'm doing just fine without him.
My third one was if I need to do work, like if I know I just have to get a lot of work done, I'll actively go out of my way to stay on campus more because like I find if I go home and if I'm like if I have to get this assignment done and then I go home, I'm less likely to work on it at home because I end up like distracting myself. It's like, oh, I'll make food here, I'll sit on the couch, watch TV, whatever, play games or whatever. But if I'm at the U of A, it's like, well, what else am I gonna do here other than work?
Pretty much.
In my free time, so it's like might as well just work. So I ended up getting like a lot more work done here.
You at least have some
than
control
going
over when
home.
you're here.
Yeah, there's a lot of quiet places, to just work sometimes.
Yeah.
So
I don't have that. If I do anything, it's like go on YouTube, get music extension from a video game for 30 minutes, and use that as your repetitive timer. Every time it fades out, half an hour's gone by.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you found each strategy helpful? And for me, and honestly, I found all of my strategies are helpful. Like they've helped a ton. Um, have you seen demonstrable success with these strategies, and how can you prove they're working? Yeah, I mean, with for instance, like getting together with study groups, like I did that for a math exam, that I was like honestly coming, like I didn't even know I was super unprepared. But then I went to the study, session with all my friends, and they were like talking about things. I was like, I didn't even know that was a formula or whatever. So like I had no idea. I was so unprepared. But then coming out of it, I was like, well, now I know all this new stuff. And then I ended up doing pretty well in math exams, so that was good. Um, and then with the what do you call it, studying on campus, yeah, I just spend most of the time. I find if I spend like an extra like 2 to 3 hours on campus, I end up coming home and being like, I have no homework to do here, or and I end up having less work at the end of the day consistently if I do that. And I'm like, obviously, it's probably because I'm just doing work on campus. Um, and then the spacing my workout, I definitely feel like it stresses me out less. Um, and with and that's what I did with my English essay that I got a pretty good grade on. So obviously it worked out pretty well because I felt like I could do each part without stressing about the whole thing, by just focusing on that and being like, I just need to finish this little section. So a pretty good success and all have created tangible results.
And my stuff has backfired. I've screwed up how I've written stuff in a planner. I've had a study group not really work out, and I've done just fine without him if my grades are any indication. And the music thing works as well as I think it has for the past few years. But I mean, it's not like I track those results.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm in an awkward place as far as strategies go. It's more like I'm just rolling along, and I've got the Katamari Damacy theme in the back of my head now.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this is I'm more freeform, surprisingly.
Yeah, you just kind of like just going and doing whatever the work.
If something presents itself to me, I will give it a try. But right now, it's just whatever happens.
Yeah. Identify one academic skill/strategy you learned about from this course that you had not considered before starting college. How do you plan to use this new strategy, and how does this plan either work with or contradict the three strategies you have been using? Explain. I wasn't aware that there was like dedicated like rooms in the library just to study or do work or meet or whatever. And that's worked with my strategy a ton, considering it allows me to do more work on campus by going to like a specific place on campus. Works with my strategy of meeting with friends, because obviously it gives you a place to meet and whatnot. And then, I mean, I guess it doesn't work with my third strategy as well because it's like just spacing your assignments out, which you can do anywhere. But overall, yeah, like it synergizes pretty well with how I like to go about my work. And it's definitely not something that I had known about before, coming into this.
I can't say there's much of anything that I can recall about this course that I had not been exposed to prior to starting college. And that's probably because of how affiliated University High School is with the University of Arizona. They probably copied or bootlegged or mirrored most of the tactics that are in this course. That's how it's been so far. And even the thing you're saying about academic study rooms, I was the loner on campus anyway. People didn't follow me, and teachers opened their classrooms, and if I needed to go somewhere, I could.
Yeah.
So this is kind of all familiar.
Well, that's good. At least you know what you're dealing with.
Not that much of it's working. Hence my repeated visits to counseling and eventually becoming a counseling aide.
Well, to conclude your conversation, take a moment to reflect on what strategies you learned from your group members and which strategy would you like to adopt from your peers. Why?
If I could do that thing where you just say, this hour, this day, let's go, I feel like things would be easier.
Yeah.
Literally every advisor I have ever had, not to mention my parents, have told me to do that. Not trying.
Yeah. I honestly like the music I do. Like, I didn't think about it. Like if you know the video is 15 minutes long and you're like, oh, the video just looped, then you're like, 15 minutes has passed. So that way you don't have to be like checking the time constantly while you're working. You can just say, I need to leave in an hour. And by the time it's looped, if you like hear the fourth loop, you're like, okay, I gotta go. Whatever.
Yeah, it worked surprisingly well for my government term paper. 10 pages. And I was up past midnight. I got what? Lava Landing from Kirby's Epic Yarn on 30-minute loop with the copy machine going. Somehow I survived.
Yeah. That's fun. And that's just about it.
Alright.
Alright. See you
2
not
weeks?
next week, but the week after next week.
I'll sleep.
Bye-bye.